フルカウンター
Alright lads, welcome back to a Grand Cross video, and boys, the time has finally come. A collaboration is now confirmed. Obviously, you lot know I've been saying for the last 2-3 months now that this is what I'm saying for, this is when it's coming. So we now have actual confirmation. We don't know what it is just yet, so we're going to do some speculation about what collaboration it could be. Although I'll say right now, I still think it's AOT Part 2, but it could not be. Now, we haven't got any teasers towards what it is just yet, but we now have the confirmation that it is coming. Alright, so there's no login event just yet, so obviously later today, I think around 5 hours, JP will have a new login, and sometimes they do spoil it. If you remember, I can probably put a screenshot on screen now, but like if it is like AOT, for example, you may see like the AOT badge on the left side of the screen, and that will confirm it is AOT. But I will say for reruns, they have actually hit it, so like how we got ReZero and King of Fighters, to not spoil it and, you know, wait for that actual post that we're going to be probably getting tomorrow to start on the Twitter page and all of the social medias to tease what's actually coming here. So let's just go through the post they've said here. We don't know what it is just yet, but maybe they confirm it's a rerun or not. Let's just read it. Alright, so this is on the JP's forums. However, it could obviously be mistranslated here, but yeah, expect a new collaboration. So once again, a new collaboration is coming at the end of the month. It literally only made sense. They confirmed it in the dev notes, kinda. They said it's only gonna happen this year, and if we didn't get a collaboration now, we got a festival instead, that would have meant we would have to get a collaboration in like July or August, which would have been not in the first half of the year, so Netmarble would have lied. So literally it's the only time it can come, so that's why I and many others was expecting it. I said to commemorate a new collaboration, a new event will be held where you can basically get 30 Super Awakening tokens, but it doesn't look like to confirm anything else yet what it is yet. So no tease other than the fact that it is a collaboration, but it does say 26, so it's going to last 3 days, so that's literally when the collaboration is coming. The 26th is a Wednesday, so we'll get the live stream then, and then 27th when we get the new characters. Alright, but let's go over what this collaboration could be, right? I got some thoughts here, but obviously I do think it'll be AOT. To start with AOT, the reruns, right? So obviously reruns are just easy to get because we've already had them in the game. They're just a bit more likely than getting a new collaboration because they require a lot less work. For example, Shield Hero, we got 4 new characters. That must have taken Netmarble so much effort to do, right? 4 new characters, we barely even get 1 nowadays, right? So reruns are kind of what we expect, but also, you know, we need them, right? AOT hasn't had a collaboration in Grand Cross for nearly like 2 to 3 years now. They're long overdue. We want to get them buffed, we want to get the relics, and we also want to get new characters. So AOT is obviously my top prediction list. That is the one I think we're going to be getting. Mainly also because we had seen leaks that AOT was coming too, so everything is just pointed towards Attack on Titan. Obviously the 2 new characters, 100% it's going to be a new Eren, whether that be him transforming through actual skills, whether that be in his Titan form from the start. Basically, Eren is almost guaranteed. The second character is a bit of a toss-up. I did think it would be always Armin because it's Armin, like how have you not got an Armin in the game, but the leaks did say that they're working on a new Mikasa, which to be fair, I actually wouldn't mind, but then again, we already have a Mikasa, so they could definitely just buff that old up and give her a relic, but you know how it is, the old characters aren't actually going to be that good. They just might be at best usable. If not Mikasa, I would like to see Hanji for Tony, because to be fair, if we are based off the final season, because we had seen the Shield Hero based off the second season, then getting Hanji will actually make a lot of sense. But would she come? Not too sure, but I do hope for Tony's sake that she does. The next one is Stranger Things. We have the shirt on right now. Stranger Things is always going to be a possibility. Honestly, Stranger Things, I haven't pulled them on my JP account, but they are just a really bad collaboration. We spoke about in the Sega Show podcast, how can you fix them? And there's honestly no fixing them. They're just really bad units. 11 may be alright in the future with a good relic and a good stat boost and maybe some different things changed around. She has potential, but good chance she won't be buffed up. But I do think for Stranger Things, if we do get a part 2, it'll be someone like Steve, maybe Vecna, if they really want to do it. But I imagine we get one of the other kids too, and at that point we're not going to get a new 11, right? So they would really have to buff up the main character. So in that situation, I can definitely see 11 being somewhat decent or somewhat good in the game, again with a relic. Jim always has potential with the fact he is a collab booster, so more collaborations coming out. Hell, Jim might even be good with this new update coming out, because if we get new humans, you know, we could have a full human team, and Jim could be a staple on that team for collab characters or the new Eren. So yeah, Stranger Things is always a possibility, and it's going to come one day. But also, I said the least likely, because I'd imagine that's probably the hardest IP to get back because it's obviously Netflix. And the final one, because you never know what could happen, it's Netmarble's property basically, and that is King of Fighters. So we've already gotten 2 of them. Literally, King of Fighters was the first collaboration to get a part 2, because I imagine since Netmarble, because literally Netmarble owns the actual game, so getting that IP in Grand Cross must be very, very easy. So I do suspect that one day we probably will get a part 3, just because it's so easy to get. So you can always go expect the King of Fighters Part 3. If they do come, I'm not sure who it will be. I think personally I prefer Lena, I think it's her name, and then also Yuri, I think it's her name too. So 2 female characters, wouldn't mind. The next one, we gotta mention it because it was kind of leaked a little bit, but not really, and that is Black Clover. On the beta app, we did see that there are 2 new collaborations, one of them being very, very similar, or, you know, teasing towards Black Clover, and, you know, it may be possible. Now, Black Clover is a Shueisha collaboration, and we have yet to see a Shueisha collab in Grand Cross. However, I do believe if we do get Black Clover collaboration, it would be through Netflix, because obviously Netflix does own the rights to Black Clover now. With the movie coming out in June, you never know, a Black Clover collaboration might actually be possible. So at least for a Netflix collaboration, that is always one I gotta say. But since I just recently watched it, however, I don't think they do collaboration side. It's probably not impossible. But Cyberpunk, I would love a Cyberpunk collab in Grand Cross. It'll be insane to see it, man. So hopefully that happens. Alright, so we've covered reruns, we've covered Netflix collaborations. What about the third parties? So these are collaborations that are similar towards ReZero and Shirotaro, where they're not owned by a massive, you know, publisher, and they're kind of their own thing, whether that be through Night Novels or just something, you know, on the side, basically, kind of like a third party. And that is obviously Data Live. Data Live was actually leaked a while ago to be coming to Grand Cross, but for some reason it just never came or hasn't come yet. So Data Live, obviously, I love this series. It's literally all my openings and music from this channel are from Data Live, so hopefully that can come. If we get Itoka, getting Karumi and Grand Cross will be actually insane, and I can't see it happening, but like, it'd be so good if it does. Another collaboration that I can see happening, because they do a lot of collaborations, and that is Overlord. Overlord has so many collaborations of other gacha games. It's just something I can see happening. So once again, I haven't watched the series, but Alberto is pretty bad, and I wouldn't mind getting her in game. So yeah, Overlord could be a possibility if we do get a new collaboration. And then finally, same situation as basically Data Live and also Overlord. They do a lot of collaborations, and that is Konosuba. Konosuba is once again in that situation where it's not owned by basically Shueisha, and they also do a lot of collaborations. And Konosuba, I haven't watched it yet, but I do know it's pretty funny, and they do look interesting, the characters. I think it was Aqua, I forgot names, I can't name them, but they look pretty good, so I wouldn't mind. And then moving on to the final part, and that is Kodansha collaborations. Kodansha, we've seen with Slime, we've seen with AOT. We typically do get a lot of Kodansha collaborations because obviously 7 Days Sins is owned by Kodansha, and it's just easier to get the IP, I'd imagine, because that's where we've gotten most of them. So the ones that I can see happening based off the other series that Kodansha also owns is obviously Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers is air right now. It has done a few collaborations, and also is owned by Kodansha, so I can see it happening. Once again, don't know how he'll work in game, but I do think that getting Mikey with a massive kick in the game will be something I would like to see and wouldn't mind it. Here's another one. I think they've done a few collaborations. To be fair, I know they've done a few collaborations. They've also is the only anime or even I guess manga that's collaborated with 70 Sins through actual manga. So I'm very surprised with this far in the game we haven't gotten a Fairy Tail collaboration. This is one I would have thought we would have gotten literally within the first few years of the game, but we're yet to get it. Don't know if actual Fairy Tail is giving out the IP like that anymore or even bother caring about this series anymore. But that is one I did suspect that will come in the future at one point, but we've yet to see it. And the final one, because why not? Nagatoro. It's part of Kodansha. We'll love to see it. Imagine her in an actual body or cat outfit. It'd be over. But yeah, boys, that is it. A collaboration is coming. Once again, if we do get any news later on, if they actually do confirm it through the JP login, then I definitely will cover it. However, I do suspect that in literally 24 hours, maybe like 20 to 23 hours when this video does go live, we will have the actual first teaser. And hopefully they're good again. Because to be fair, last time it was Shirotaro, but it took us a few days to actually understand it. And while we are expecting, obviously, Attack on Titan, hopefully they don't just give it away straight away, right? Because it's always fun to speculate. So boys, thank you for watching. Let me know what collaboration you lot would like to see most in Grand Cross, and also what ones you would like to see out of the ones that I've just named. Boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.